Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to another GTA content creator live stream. We are once again on PS4. As always, we do PS4, Xbox One, then PC every other week. So this week is PS4, back to where we started. Got another 7 tracks to go through. And yeah, we've the meetup that we've done this time has been a Benny's meetup. So any car that is available at Benny's, we've got an interesting selection. I'll just jump down here. Oh, that did not go well. Interesting selection of vehicles. Benny's has started to become quite the place where you can get a wide variety of vehicles, really, from supercars, sports cars. I was bang on time. I was not late. This is what I have to deal with. Oh, I'm done. Well, thank you, Jaeger798, for the donation anyway. Thank you for the 701. Maybe I was like a second late, but let's just get the playlist loaded up, shall we? Another 7 tracks once again. Hopefully you'll all enjoy watching some decent quality circuits again. So we'll do 4 laps, I think. The reason that the game sound wasn't on during that first part is because everybody was beeping their horns and all sorts of nonsense. So I just figured I would mute it. Let's not give these scumbags any attention. I was not late, see? I was bang on time. Other people's streams must be late. I agree with this. I think that's what it is. Okay. So, more tracks as always. The links to submit your own track if you want to see them on this stream. Not saying that they will be, but it's just a possibility if they're good enough. The link for that is in the description. In general, everything that you need is always in the description of my videos, all the information that you need. The crew is closed for these streams. That is for the Twitch streams where the crew is open. And all the links for all these tracks are in the description as well. So we've got 7 tracks, and the links in the description for each of the tracks is in the order that we're going to be playing them. This is the first one, Gronenheim Motor Park. It's pretty much become one of my favourite tracks in the game straight away. And it's the track in the thumbnail. Obviously, the track on the thumbnail is always the first track that we play. It's a really, really nice one. So yeah, let's give it a go, see what it's like. Hopefully you'll enjoy all the tracks and any that you do want to play. As I said, the links are in the description and you can go and try them out yourself. Download them, play with friends, all that kind of stuff. Where is my Forza? Oh, there it is. I passed it. Stupid. And yeah, anybody who is asking questions or wondering how to get into these streams, we don't do that for these YouTube streams. It's my Twitch streams where I open the crew up and allow anybody to join. But the YouTube streams are closed off to regulars just because we're trying to showcase the tracks, and it's not really about, you know, joining with anybody else and stuff like that. I'll pull off to the side like I normally do. Hopefully we get some decent racing. This first track is... Oh, the crash already? Okay, I mean, we'll go with... Oh, people didn't get the first checkpoint. I pulled off, so I got it in time. But there was plenty of other people who didn't. I'm in 11th, but there's definitely not 10 people. There's more than 10 people ahead of me. It's so annoying when that happens. Rockstar, fix your game, please. So I did pull off, but because people didn't get the first checkpoint, like this game sometimes does to people, I am already in 8th, but hopefully we'll get some nice racing regardless. This is close. So yeah, this is a really lovely track. This has definitely been this has definitely become one of my favourites. Gronenheim Motor Park. You've basically got this sort of hill section. Obviously you've got the standard Vinewood Hills area there. Then you've got this long bit, and then you can see all the track there in sort of the stadium section. It's really nice. It's a really nice experience to drive the track, to look at it. It's just a really nice track. Like I said, it's become one of my favourites. Nothing really I can say about this one in terms of improvements and things like that. I won't be saying much about it for this one, because it's pretty much as good as it's going to be. Get some really nice moments as well in terms of pictures, as you can see from the thumbnail, around this stadium section that loops back on itself. Oh, that was interesting. That was a lot of lag. So yeah, like I said, the links in the description are always in the order in which we play them. There's no rhyme or reason to that. I basically pick the order of the playlist that sort of makes a little bit of sense in terms of the last few weeks. We've always had a regular proper race, then we've had a stunt, well, a rally race, then a proper race, then a stunt race, then a rally race, and a proper race, you know, things like that. And then I just give you the links in the description based on the order that we play them, so it's easy to know which track is where in the order. This is obviously the first one, and it's a proper racing circuit. Once again, as always, we've got a bit of a mix of different... Oh, that's not gone well. That's not gone well at all. Oh, just managed to save it. As always, we've got a mix of different types of circuits, proper racing circuits, so, I think 1 or 2 stunty circuits, and rally style circuits. Anyway, there's a mix, so as always. But this is obviously a proper racing circuit, meant for... When I say proper racing, that means clean racing. So we use skill to get past someone. We don't just knock someone off, essentially. And if you do knock somebody off accidentally, you wait for them and give them the position back. That's what we're all about. Most people probably know this, but you never know. This was indeed on the last Patreon stream. The Patreon track stream that we do, submitted by Futuro, and yeah, I just really like it. I really like this track. One of my favourites. It's very well made, and it's a beautiful way of mixing proper roads. And I've said this so many times. It's a great way of mixing proper roads and stunt track pieces. You've got the stadium section with all the stunt track pieces, and then you've got the proper roads in the hills like this. Just works beautifully. No checkpoint issues, no prop issues, just all works. We might be stuck in 5th place though. We might not be able to catch up. I like the views that you get as well. Almost did that again. That's really nice. See the headlights. I've never done this track at night actually, so it's interesting doing it a little bit differently. I like the headlights that you can see on the hill section from the long ramp down. Are we catching up to 4th place? I think we are. Maybe we can sneak 4th position on the last lap, I think it'll be. Is this the last lap? I think this is the last lap. We did 4, right? Yeah, last lap. Yeah, just a really, really nice track. Not a lot I can say about it, other than add it to your game and try it out, really. I'm kind of basically going to go with these streams. I'm trying to find a nice balance in between talking a lot to keep it sort of entertaining as a video afterwards, and just making them like my normal Twitch streams. Not as wild or wacky or as laid back as what the Twitch streams are, because sometimes we can be doing races and all I'm focusing on is reading the chat all the time. Right, like yesterday's stream, but I'm not going to make it quite as laid back as that. If you do want that more laid back experience, obviously you're welcome to join in with my Twitch streams, but I do want it to still be entertaining as a video afterwards, because these always turn into videos straight away and most people actually watch them as a video. But I do want to take a little bit more of a laid back approach to these streams and not worry too much about talking all the time. If I don't really have anything to say, I'll just maybe talk about the racing a little bit, rather than have to make sure everything that I say is focused on the track or whatever. It's a process, as always. I'm always looking to improve my content in general when it comes to YouTube and Twitch and everything. Last few corners, are we going to be able to get past this Comet? He's done well in a Comet though, I've got to say. Can we pull it in tighter? No, I don't think we're going to do it. Oh, it's so close. Oh, close finish. He did well in a Comet there though. It's good. That's a good performance, that. The name of this map is Gronenheim Motor Park. The links are in the description. And they're in the order that we're playing. So this is the first track that we've played. Link in the description. You didn't read the track description. I know, major copyright, but it's so difficult sometimes. I need to focus on other things. I'm going to try, but the descriptions are there for people to read themselves. So that's the way I'm getting out of it. I love how much you're talking about not talking. Yeah, I do that as well. That is true. I do that. These races are not available on PC, no. PS4 races aren't available on PC or Xbox One. PC races aren't available on PS4 or Xbox One and all that stuff. What was the difference? Wow, look at that. 47 thousandths of a second between me and Horse Demo in 4th place. That's how close it was at the line. Unbelievable. So, what was I saying? I don't know, I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, tracks aren't cross-platform. Rockstar don't make cross-platform tracks because, I mean, that would be a wonderful thing, wouldn't it? If we had cross-platform tracks, that would be absolutely fantastic, and God forbid we get something really good. Okay, says best suited with supers, but I guess we'll stick with supers then. This looks interesting. David Bowie Speedway. Could be interesting. I wonder. I feel like this is going to be, from the short amount that you can see from the thumbnail actually, it's like an oval, but you've got the inner portion of the race as well. So I'm looking forward to this because I've not seen anything like that before. It's kind of like Indianapolis, but when they raced it in Formula 1 and stuff like that, and when they do the Daytona 24 hours, they don't just use the oval all the time, they use the actual inner part of the circuit. So if that's what this is going to be like, then yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Gronenheim Motor Park, the creator of that is on PC as well. So I think the first track that we've seen, the one that we've just played, is on PC as well. you have to sort of click the link and then search for his name and switch to PC and then find it that way. But it should be available, I think. Some people do transfer from Xbox One to PC or PS4 to PC, so every now and then there are some tracks. For example, my tracks were created by Evil on what should we use? Maybe we should just go with the Nero custom. Safe bet on an unknown track. My tracks were created on PS4 and then we transferred them over to PC, so they are available on both. Not available on Xbox, but they need to be recreated. But yeah, it's a shame that tracks aren't cross-platform. It really is. If you're reading this, have a good night. Well, thanks. I try to read as much of the chat as I can, but it's very difficult. Obviously, I can't read pretty much anything whilst I'm racing. And in general, it's just very difficult to read the chat because there's so much going on in these streams, especially the YouTube streams. I read the chat a lot more in the Twitch streams. But yeah, thank you all for being here and watching. Oh, this is interesting. This is something very new. That undercut. Not seen anything like this before. I'm just trying to sort of avoid all the issues at the moment, and I'll talk about the track as soon as we get a moment to sort of chill out a little bit. Very hectic first lap. It's nice to see some proper racing going on as well from people. Are we going to be able to do it up the inside? We did it. He's going to have the inside for the next bit though. Yeah, he had it. Around the outside, can we keep it? Went out too wide. Oh, we've managed to keep it though. Nice. So this is interesting. Oh, you can see other cars around the. Oh, that's not gone well. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. So this is. Oh, I've not done something like this before. I mean, if it was just an oval, it would not be good. But with it having the track as well, it feels like Daytona or Indy when you're using the actual circuit and not just the oval. This is cool. This is a cool track. I like this. I imagine there's been a lot of props used to create this. Okay, there's the pit lane anyway. I imagine there's a lot of props used to create this, so maybe this is the most that can be done. Now, my only criticism would be it's not as visually appealing as other tracks. But yeah, I assume that's because a lot of props have been used with all the track pieces and stuff. Maybe there's some props left on the track, I don't know, but it would be nice to have some more visual aspects to it, maybe more signs and things like that to make it feel like a bit more like a proper racing circuit, I think. But that's a very, very minor criticism because it's ultimately racetracks are about the experience of the track itself and not really about the visuals. It's always just a nice finishing touch. But having said that, most of it's pretty nice already. I like the fences, the things there. The props are all nicely done. The hairpin props work quite well as well, I think. 150 out of 150 props. Yeah, I figured as much. This is really nice. Yeah, the banking. The banking is really smooth. That's the thing that makes this stand out. I would imagine that there's a lot of tracks like this that have oval sections or banking sections that, and I'm sure I've seen them before, they're just not smooth, and it doesn't create for a very good experience. Whereas these ones are smooth. Come on, can we get on the inside? Ah, no. Tried. This is really nice. This is the kind of oval style circuit that I would have always wanted to race on. You know, I'm not much of a fan of ovals in terms of certainly GTA. I can appreciate the skill that's required on things like NASCAR and when the IndyCar does it and stuff like that. There is a certain art to it. It's not just as easy as turning left like most people think. But when it comes to sort of GTA racing, ovals are never going to be interesting at any point. But this feels like I've said a few times, like a Daytona. Feels like you're doing the Daytona 24 hours where you have the banking section and then the infield section. Made at the airport as well, so it really does feel good in that respect. Yeah, I don't really have any. There's not a lot more I can really say. Like, I've got no complaints about it. It's just a really nice track. I don't like the fruit stands, but then I've never liked fruit stands on tracks. Okay, Grim, I saw what you said in the chat. I'll give it a look. Maybe that Apex prop could be used into one of the normal tube Apex props. I don't know why it's like that instead. I can understand why the hairpins are those pipes. Yeah, you can tell that a lot is required to go into a track like this with all the banking. It's not just about it's not just about putting a lot of track pieces down and then there you go, you've got a banking. You've got to make sure it's smooth, you've got to make sure it flows correctly. You've got to make sure the transition from the regular road to the banking is smooth, like that is. I think people definitely do underestimate how difficult it is to make a top quality track. A lot goes into it. Oh, we're catching up to this ETR1 on top speed. I'm not going to be able to get it before the end though. It's going to have the grip on the last two corners. Fun track. I like it. I like it. Something completely different. Yeah, it's just different. It feels new. It feels different. It feels a bit special. Fruit stands are dynamic props, so it's a way to get 20 extra barriers if you're already on 150 out of 100. Oh, that makes sense. That's why they're so... Do you know what? Of all this time we've had fruit stands, I've never known why they're so common to be used on tracks. I've always hated it because I don't think they look very good. But yeah, that makes more sense. They're dynamic, so you can have more stuff. An extra 20 props. Yeah, and I like how you can see. Other people on the banking. So as you're coming around one part of the track, they're going along the banking around the other way. Really nice track. Good stuff. We've had two very, very, very good tracks to start off this stream. PS4 is definitely spoiled when it comes to high quality tracks. There's just so many. I mean, there's so many tracks in general, but there's a lot of very good ones as well. As always, links are in the description. It feels different, and it feels different like the feelings I get are different. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. 3 miles works. Let's do something other than... Have we got some straights? Could we do sports classics? Let's do sports classics. Maybe the Sterling GT. If anyone doesn't want to use the Sterling GT, feel free to not be a scumbag. We should ban the rear tire on the back of the Sterling GT. It would make the sports classics class interesting again. Yeah, I really like that track. I do like that track a lot. 2 very good tracks to start off this stream. Very, very, very impressive. Okay, I'll read a race description for Major Copyright because he keeps telling me it and asking me to do it. Race up on the peaceful streets of Grapeseed on a track with many points where people could be above or below.
I hate it already. What the hell is this shit?
Ocelot Motors with the 1735. As always, links are in the description. Whoever that was with that, whoever that was with the donation, thank you so much. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. 1735. The links, as always, links are in the description. I hate the links. I hate the F620. I don't mind the penetrator though. Good car from Ocelot. Thank you so much, whoever that was. Where's the Z type? There it is. The Xexy type. Hashtag make sports classics interesting again. I mean, there are very good tracks on all platforms, of course. There's sometimes people... I knew you'd pick the short... Of course I was going to pick the shortest description to read. The 1735 donation sound is quite a rare one to anyone who doesn't understand what that is. 1.735 million is the cost of the ridiculously overpriced links, so that's where that one comes from. Oh, it's raining as well. It's raining. That's going to be even worse for the Z-Type against the Sterling GTs. Damn it. I forgot what I was going to say now. I was in the middle of saying something. Oh yeah, like, you know, people sometimes leave comments and things saying you should try out tracks from this creator, or there's some really great tracks on Xbox, you just haven't played them yet, or same for PC. Like, I can only play what is submitted and what is in front of me. If people don't submit tracks, then they'll never be on these streams or be showcased. So, you know, encourage people to actually submit things if you think they're good. I want to showcase all the best tracks on all platforms. And there are very, very good tracks on all platforms. But obviously the fact that the PS4 community is the biggest, followed by PC and then Xbox, that does impact on the number of tracks as well. But yeah, there are very good tracks on all platforms, as we've seen throughout the course of doing these streams. We've had some great tracks on all platforms. Oh, just managed to hold that. Thank you for the donation, whoever that was. That's crazy. That's a significant amount. That's 1735. I appreciate it. I think the way that I'm going to go with these streams is not really talk too much about the track unless I've got something in particular that I want to say. I'll not talk too much about the track on the first lap or so. I knew he was gonna do that. I knew. Okay, I didn't come off it as badly as I could have done, but I knew he was gonna just drift out wide like that and wreck me. It's like, I'm not going anywhere. Slow down a little bit. Stupid Sterling GTs, scumbags. Yeah, I think I'll sort of talk on the sort of second lap and beyond. I'll sort of just do the first lap as if I was racing normally and build up an opinion, and then we can actually talk about the the track itself on the second lap and beyond. Oh, that's gone. There's a DC. So this does seem like a nice track. I'm liking this so far. It's again something a bit different, a bit interesting. Oh, we got the bridge up there. Car going across there. So you can see, and you're going above and below people. So that's the bridge. I see. So there's cars going over there as you're going underneath. Yeah, this is like what I keep saying every single week. To stand out these days, it needs to be something different. It needs to give you an experience that you wouldn't normally have. And that's what the new stunt props allow you to do and all that kind of stuff. It gives us the ability to create new experiences and link up new roads like you wouldn't have been able to race before. Like, there's so many Grapeseed tracks, so many tracks around Grapeseed, because and most of them are pretty much the same, because there's not an awful lot you can do with the roads that you're given, because the roads are, there's not too many roads and they're all the same, so the tracks end up feeling very similar. In certainly in the old ways that the tracks were made, because there was nothing else that you could do. But now that we have the stunt creator, you can link like this different tracks together, and we've got new stunt section like this that takes one part of a track. At this point we wouldn't have been able to go anywhere. We would have had a sort of crossover section, but because we've got the new stunt props, we're able to link different parts together. And I like that you can see different people over the other side as well. Everything feels smooth. Everything feels like nicely created. There's no issues, it seems like, in terms of the props and the way that they're made. It feels like nice smooth transitions and things like that. It's different again. It's another Grapeseed track. I'm constantly surprised that we having new Grapeseed tracks that feel different, because that's just not what I'm used to. I'm used to them all being the same. Yeah, really nice track this. I feel like it would be even better in dry conditions. Maybe we're not. There you go, look, people going over the bridge as we're going under it. Excuse me, just because you've got faster cornering speeds and your stupid Sterling. Got other people on the other side as well. Yeah, really nice this. I just seen something in the chat is a good point. I do think the one thing that I always had a problem with when it came to people using people used to use floating platforms on tracks to link new roads together and stuff like that, obviously before we had all the stunt pieces. And I think one of the best things about the stunt pieces is that you don't need to do that anymore. I'm just being overtaken everywhere by stupid Sterling GTs. Scumbags. And I think I agree with that it would be nice to have the guardrail stunt pieces, the pieces where they have the guardrails on them, on the bridge section, because the potential to... No! I was trying to go for the... Damn it! I was trying to go for the inside and I cut it too much. Stupid Sterling GTs. I hate everybody using a Sterling GT. Gave up third place trying to get second and ended up in 7th. Never mind. There should be a Sterling GT hate donation sound. There really should. There really should. I was catching as well with the higher top speed, and it just... Scumbags. Look at this, Sterling GTs. all over the place. Where's Shady Fruit? Damn it, got the wrong one. Stupid chalk. Yeah, I would like to see the guardrails on the side of the bridge section, because I don't like it when it's completely open like that, to be honest. It's just not as good for that reason. I mean, someone almost knocked him off the track. At least if there's a rail there, you can at least do something about it. Other than that, it's a very, very, very nice track again. 3 very, very good tracks so far. But yeah, I think there should have been... I think there should have been guardrails on the bridge section. Sterling GTs. So many Sterling GTs. It ruined Sports Classics races. Real men pick the Stinger. I have to agree with that, to be fair. I was so close to second as well. If I hadn't have choked it, I feel like I would have had the speed on the run to the line as well to get that second for life back. It was worth going for, though. Pigali, some Mambas. We do have some Stinger GT. Do we have any Stinger? Yeah, one Stinger GT further down, I think. Tornadoes as well being used. So some people were having the spirit of not just using the Sterling GT. We need to ban the rear tire on the Sterling GT. I feel like this needs to be a thing. This is a stunt race. I think I'm gonna leave it on. Alright, let's put it on 3. I guess we'll leave it on sports because you never know what these are going to be like, but at least there is the option to use different things, so that's always good. Oh, it's on non-contact as well. I normally don't like that, but I guess we'll leave it on default settings. Yeah, can't stand the Sterling GT now. God damn it. It ruined. It's the worst one. It's the worst one of all the ruining of classes. The Sterling GT is the worst one. Because the class was at a perfect point. And all they had to do was not give the rear tyre a traction bonus. Don't get me started. All they had to do was not give the rear tyre a traction bonus. And it would have been perfectly balanced. I don't know whether anybody heard that, but during the stream, Xerxes currently upstairs streaming Resident Evil 7. I'll link her in the chat when we've finished this stream if y'all want to go watch. And all I've been hearing is her scream. And let's use the Elegy Retro Custom. I haven't used this in a proper race. Really, I don't think, from what I can remember. But I keep hearing a scream. No! Oh, I've already chosen it. I didn't want to use the... It's got terrible top speed. I didn't want to use the Energy Retro Custom. That was a terrible decision. Damn it! Damn it. Okay, this looks interesting. Nice big starting grid. That's good. Oh, God almighty. Was there only a few of us? Or, oh, we can go both ways. Which way should we go? Let's go this way. Sorry about the bit rate in advance when it comes to the tubes. Nothing I can do. again, like I said, I'll leave the first lap without commenting on things, and then give some thoughts from lap 2 onwards. Oh no, crane, missed it. Thank God for that. If I was in anything that had a bit better top speed than the LG Retro Custom, I probably would have hit that. This is a benefit, I think, of watching the live stream rather than watching this as a video. Oh, no! Are you serious? How could I have gone any quicker on that bit? Oh my God. I think the benefit of watching this on the live stream rather than the video is that the tubes don't affect the bitrate as much on the live stream, because the live stream is at a higher bitrate than what the video will eventually be. Okay, so you gotta do that. But yeah, the problem is that there's just the reason that the tubes wreck the bitrate of the video is because the bitrate of the video remains constant, and there's too much information for it to handle when it comes to the tubes. So, but at least we don't have frame drops with the tubes like we did in the first couple of streams, which was annoying. We managed to fix that issue at least. LG Retro Custom is too slow in a straight line for stunt races. What a terrible choice this was. What an absolutely awful choice. I didn't think. I just didn't think. I didn't. God damn it. I mean, this, oh, interesting. I am in stone dead last. I'm blaming it on the LG Retro Custom. I am. That's what I'm going to blame this whole race on this car. Terrible car. Although, having said that, it was me who chose the car, so can I really blame the car? Maybe I should blame myself for choosing it. My thoughts about the race so far, pretty interesting. I should have done 2 laps. I shouldn't. I should have stuck with my original decision to do 2 laps instead of 3. This is going to turn out to be a little longer than I normally like it. We're at the start line here, I think. Yeah. So, oh, I see how this works. Right, okay. I could really have done with a Massacro, like what Steve Wilson's in. So I mean, this is a yeah, I like this. Stunt races go. This is all right. The one thing that I saw immediately that made me immediately hate this track is these stupid fruit stands. Like, why are these there? Why are these here? What benefit do they give to the track at all? I mean, we had a reason before, because you get an extra couple of props from it, but on a track like this, what are those fruit stands doing? Just get rid of them. They're totally useless. But yeah, as far as stunt tracks go, this has nice flow to it. A lot of tubes, whether that's something that you like or not. There's oh no, please. Are you serious? If I'd chosen anything but this car. Oh my god, I would have done better in a Futo with a higher top speed than this. Yeah, the tubes are pretty decent. The actual it's well made. There's no issues. It's fun. It's fun to drive, I would say. There's a good flow. I think it could be done on contact. I would prefer to have it on contact, I think. Again, the need for non-contact on these stunt races sometimes makes me unsure, but then if you are racing against randoms and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, I like that section. You've got, yeah, that's a nice bit. It feels, in one way, it feels like a standard stunt race, just turned up to 11. A sort of a Rockstar stunt race, a little bit better in terms of how it's made and attention to detail, and just some more interesting stuff going on than what you normally get in Rockstar stunt races. But it's not sort of like groundbreaking in terms of a creation. There's nothing sort of brand new here that makes me think this is something completely different and extra special, and you know, but that's okay sometimes. Sometimes that's fine, because as long as it's as well made as this is and it's fun to race like this is. I think we had a stunt race on... We've had a few stunt races, I think, on PC that have been sort of the bigger ones, where they appeal to a wide variety of people and they get lots of plays. And I don't like those because they don't have the flow that this one does. You know, it just feels nice to drive. And then we had a stunt race on Xbox One that also felt nice to drive, but wasn't quite as well made as this one. So, you know, it's all the little details that come together to make a race, and you've got to have some level of... It's got to be well made first and foremost. But it's just the little things when it comes to these stunt races. If you're going to make it, I would say, relatively basic in terms of, you know, there's jumps, there's tubes, and loops, and that's pretty much it. There's nothing groundbreaking in terms of a layout or things like that. But it works because it's very, very well made, and it's just fun. This is fun. I like it. I like it. What can I say? I like it. I would rather race this. I would rather do it with contact on, but I would rather race this than any of the Rockstar tracks, for example, and certainly any of the Rockstar verified tracks. Yeah, this is what I would consider to be a standard stunt race. The highest quality of standard stunt race. That's what I would say this is, and that's good because it works and it's fun, and that's what these stunt races are all about. Just being fun, just being fun. If it puts a smile on your face and you're having a bit of fun racing on it, that's what it's all about. Having said that, there are fruit stands. I agree with that. I agree with that. The fruit stands ruin it. Get rid of the fruit stands. Yeah, this with supers I think would be better than sports. I know that we always say, and again, another plus point to this is the fact that it wasn't locked to a class. Again, that's another pet peeve of mine, and another detail of this one that makes it rank higher than the majority of other stunt races that we've done. You know, that ups and downs race was very, very good. There was another race that we did that was very, very popular in terms of plays, but I didn't quite like it as good. You know, it wasn't as good as what I thought things could be. And it's little things like that, attention to little details. You don't have to race supers. It's not locked to supers. You can put muscles on if you want. Just to say it didn't DNF in the Allergy Retro custom. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. There is nothing to make it distinguish itself, I agree, but it is very, very well made, and it's just fun. The loop is a little bit rough, but apart from that, Gordo is better. Gordo is not better. Stupid Allergy Retro custom. Watching the stream in 240p plus going in tubes equals potato mod. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this actually. Yeah, I think the loop was a little bit rough, but apart from that. So that's 4 tracks. As I keep saying, the links for all of these are in the description in the order that we're playing them. Someone said it was boring in the chat. I mean, I can get that. There is that aspect of it. That's what I've been saying when I said it was a. Let's do muscle for this. A standard. Let's not do muscle actually. Let's do coupes. A standard track in terms of a stunt track. It's a pretty much a standard stunt track. But it's a very, very well made stunt track, and it is a bit of fun. So it's nothing to distinguish itself majorly from other stuff, but the thing that does distinguish itself is the fact that it's just better made than the other stuff, apart from the loop. So yeah, there's all sorts of different ways to create tracks and things that you can do and different things to focus on. So yeah, people want SUVs. I don't have a contender though. I need to get myself a contender. An SUV. All right, everybody wants SUVs. Okay, fine. I think it's a bad. No, we're not doing SUVs on this track because there's quite a thin section. So that's why I've gone for coupes. I'll do SUVs on the next. No, the last. Okay, we'll just do SUVs now. Everybody in the chat wants SUVs. It's going to be a terrible decision. Mark my words. And I think my best SUV is it's still the Huntley S, which is way off the pace. But okay, fine. We'll go for it. We'll go for it. Everyone's going to choose. Oh no, I do have a contender. Okay, well I'll use a contender then. Fine. I'm for it. Don't say I never give the people what they want. Everyone wanted SUVs. I gave you SUVs. Peer pressure. Yeah, chat pressure. I succumb to that too much. Especially on Twitch. Alright. I need to find a place where I can pull off to... Oh, this one straight away. Mark my words, this is going to cause issues immediately. Well, it caused issues before we even got finished off the start line. There's going to be crashes. I mean, I wasn't expecting crashes this quickly, but... Lag. Many lags from Thol. Thol, you're lagging so much. Oh my days. Oh my days, that was all lag. God damn it. The contender is so OP. It's not even a proper SUV. Really stupid. Okay, let's just take it easy, I guess. Like, there's nowhere to go. So we got the hill section. Is that a cavalcade? See Wilson's lag as well. It's notorious. I think Granger. At least you've got some people choosing some different vehicles. I need to just get past C. Wilson because this lag is horrendous. Oh my god. Damn it. Did not see that. Could not see that from where I was. This is the 5th race indeed. In the list of races in the description. Oh no. I'm done. I said SUVs were a bad idea. Did you listen to me? No. Maybe it would work without 30 players, but... So, the one thing that I don't like about this track straight away is the big arrows, the speed boosts used as arrows. That just gives my eyes, it gives me a headache. It ruins my eyes. Like, there's no need for that. Would you see massive fluorescent flashing green, I was going to say yellow then. Would you see massive fluorescent flashing green arrows on a real racetrack? I don't think you would. I know they're really needed, even on a GTA track. You've got arrows on the checkpoints. Like, there's absolutely no need. And it just ruins it for me in terms of immersion and just the ability for a track not to give me a headache. But the rest of it, apart from that, very, very nice. Quite tight in some areas. But I like how the hill section is sort of untouched. You can cut well across all the dirt, old style, old North Loop style. So the barriers are okay on the outside. I mean, it works. I don't know why the tire barriers are there. I think it's part of the whole prop, but they feel a bit intrusive into the road. And there's a few lampposts that aren't covered over either. And there's one that was covered over and got knocked over by lag, but like these, surely they should be covered over. I mean, it looks pretty amazing. It looks really good in terms of visuals in some areas. But the green arrows have to go. A few more lampposts need covering over as well. There's so many of these start line props. I would like to see props used a bit better in terms of covering the lampposts. Like these on the outside, those shouldn't be left to. All you need to do is put like a straight barrier around along the side of the road. Covers all the lampposts in one prop. It is tight. There are some tight sections. No doubt about that. But it's very reminiscent of... what was that track called that we used to race on all the time? It was one of the very original Broughy Verified races, and it became quite popular. I can't remember what it was called now. Damn it. But it used the same section of road as here. And I do like this section of road. And how it links in with the city as well, when it does that. Oh, I see what it is. You've got trees and bushes and stuff on the inside of those corners, so you can use a little bit of dirt. But not cut it completely. This is the only bit that I don't like in terms of these start line props. Like those, maybe if it wasn't at night it would be easier to see, but we all know how sticky those tyre barriers are. Do they really need to be there? I mean, it's all sort of an aesthetic choice, I guess. Every single track creator, even in the dubstep, doing pretty well. Every track creator has their own way of making things and own style of doing things, and I'm not here to say that any of these ways are wrong. And people are free to create what they want. Ultimately, in these streams, I just give my opinions on tracks and what I think could be improved. You know, I personally hate those arrows. I think that some props that have been used to look good in some areas, especially the start line props, could be used to better. The space could be used to better cover off barriers and things, lampposts. But in general, I like that track. It's a nice track. It's yeah, it's a nice route. It's good. Yeah. Apex Predator. That's exactly what it was. Yes. Apex Predator. That's what it was. Thank you. That was a really good track back in the day. I wish we'd done that in coupes though. Would have been better in coupes, I think. I knew SUVs was the wrong decision. I think the poles needed blocked, definitely, and there's definitely some poles that really do need blocking, but the other stuff is certainly sort of more aesthetic in my opinion on it. Especially the arrows. I mean, if it was played at daytime, maybe it would be a bit better. But because it was played at night, I just don't like those arrows used most of the time anyway. It just takes me out of the experience of feeling like I'm racing on a proper racing track. But yeah, SUVs were too big for that track. That was a terrible decision and I should never have listened to the chat. When will I ever learn? Okay, we're going to turn customs off for this. I'll leave it on 2 laps, I think, because customs are off and it is a bit long and it's a rally circuit as well. And it's got a stunt stuff as well. Should we do 2 laps or 3 laps? What are we doing on time? No, let's do 3 laps. We're alright. We've raced through the first 5, so we've got time. Locked to Trophy Truck and Desert Raid. Exactly perfect. That's what you want. So this is a stunt track, as according to the description. A stunt track with off-road sections, and there is a water hazard, so it's only suitable for trucks. Meaning that if you were to start this race with custom vehicles on, and somebody chose a bike and tried to be a scumbag, the bike wouldn't be able to get through the race because there's water sections. So, like I said, wow, so many people's GTA crashed. Really, are we going to have a start line where there's going to be loads of people not able to? Yeah, there's going to be people left on the starting grid. Oh no, maybe not. People were saying that their GTA crashed, but everyone's gone. Anyway, so it's a stunt track with water sections. The bikes wouldn't have been able to get through those water sections, or these water sections here. So that's always a good thing. I like it when tracks do that because bikes are OP in off-road races. So, but I, you know, with a race like this, it was clearly locked to trophy trucks and desert raids. That's what's meant to be used. So turning customs off is generally the best option. How many people do we have in there? Yeah, we've only got 17 people in this race. So yeah, lots of people's games crashed for some reason. Yeah, the link's in the description. This is the 6th race of 7. So Drubert tried to get past the slowdown zone, didn't work. That's good design at least. At least the slowdown zone's been well tested, so that you can't skip past it. So this is quite interesting so far. It's a mix of a stunt race and a rally circuit. It's kind of it's reminiscent of the one rally stunt race that Rockstar made. I can't remember what it's called, but it was made for these vehicles. It's quite reminiscent of that insofar as it's a stunt track that has rally sections as well, and it's meant for trophy trucks and desert raids. Was that not a takeout? That was a takeout on myself, but wow, Subaru managed to handle that. Good stuff. Oh, that's not that. Oh, you can go that way. You can jump over there. This is feeling like a really, really fun track. It's just got a mix of really, really fun roads in great vehicles. Turbine, yeah, that's what it was. With stunt pieces as well, and stunt jumps and water features and some interesting areas as well over the railway track and everything as well. Maybe it is. Someone was mentioning in the chat about a glitch starting grid. I mean, we've got 17. Maybe there was a glitch starting grid. That's why people's GTAs crashed. Maybe that needs to be looked at to the creator of this race. Make sure it is 30 players, or just realign the starting grid or something. I don't know. Maybe it was just a random thing. I've lost one side panel. I wonder if I lose any more throughout the rest of this race. But yeah, this is a fun track. This is very well made. I don't really have an awful lot to say in terms of improvements and things like that as well. It's very, very well made. We've got bumps and things like that. It's perfect for these trucks. It's obviously, I think it's locked off roads, which would make sense. It's probably best with the trucks, but I guess you've got no fear of loading it up and then somebody choosing a bike because they wouldn't make it through the water anyway. Yeah, this is a really, really nice track because we got the stunt pieces, we got the stunt section, we got the water sections, and then we've got this bit, the off-road sections, on some, I would say, relatively unused roads in terms of rally sections and things like that. You don't really tend to see these roads used that often on rally tracks. Or at least on circuit rally tracks anyway. They would be more appropriate for point-to-point stuff. But it incorporates them well as well. It uses a mix very well, and the transitions between the rally portions and the water portions and the stunt portions. Some fast sections coming into some slower raw rally style sections. It would be fun to do this in rally cars if it wasn't for the water. If it wasn't for the water, we would load this up in stunt races, in sports races even, and do some rally cars with it. But I think it works well with the off-road trucks because of the nature of the off-road portions of the track. It's so bumpy. It's perfect for these trucks. Yeah, a lot of fun this. Go to the side of the bumps next time, really. Maybe we should look for things like that. We need to look for exploits on tracks. Can you skip loops and skip jumps and things? Just saw somebody in the chat ask for me to add them because they're looking for some good tracks to bookmark and some good competition. Well, I don't add people on PS4, Xbox One or anything like that. All the racing that we do goes through the crew. Not on YouTube streams, it's always closed, but on Twitch streams I open the crew up so anybody can join and race. And when you want tracks to bookmark, all you've got to do is keep an eye out for these streams and bookmark the tracks that we play every week that are linked in the description. Easy stuff. But I would always recommend people to get involved in racing crews, like Nodo for example, if they want proper racing. I am asking to be added by me is certainly not the way to do it. Good track this. This is a lot of fun. Next bumps go around. Oh, there! I missed it again. There are like speed bump, speed. Yeah, Mark Verstappen got it. I didn't quite know where it was. It was, so I missed it. And now I'm gonna lose 4th place because of it. Because he had all that speed all the way around here. Can we defend? There's nobody else around. We're in a battle for 4th and 5th. Yeah, there were speed boosts around the bumps. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think that was quicker. Okay, let's push it. Let's go for this. Let's go try and get 4th place back. This race is only on PS4, yes, all the races are only on PS4. Apart from those who transfer their races over, which some creators do, but it's not guaranteed. But yeah, no cross-platform tracks from Rockstar. It's never been a thing, probably never will be, which is a shame. Yeah, I'm not sure about the boosts, to be honest. I agree with what Actual Panda just said in the chat. I think it would be better to not have the boosts there. It's more fun with the bumps. We tried. Well, 3rd. How did we get 3rd? What happened? What? Where did 3rd come from? That was a good little battle at the end. Yeah, really nice track that. Really nice track. An awful lot of fun. I don't like the boosts. I've decided. I don't like the boosts by the side of the bumps. I think it should just be the bumps because it's fun to do the bumps. Where are we at? Oh, everyone's finishing now. 2nd place and best lap. Mark Verstappen taking my role. One more track to do. One more track, and then we're done for tonight. We finish up with a proper racing track again. It's nice to have gone to this way of having a mix of proper racing tracks and stunt tracks and rally tracks and things like that. But yeah, the links are in the description for these tracks. This is the 6th one. We got the last one soon. Yeah, the boost is a bit hard to get because of the jump. Maybe that's why. Maybe it works out about the same in terms of time. Mark Verstappen seemed to catch me up though. Yeah, it was a good race. That one of the better stunt like stunt races, I think. One of the better stunt races that we've played anyway. Let's do supers to end this one. We'll do a full lap since we are doing supers. Looks like a long one, high speed. We've had really good tracks. We really have. The tracks tonight, I think this has been, depending on how this last one goes, I think this has been the best stream in terms of all the tracks have been of such a high quality. Like, I think these streams we've had a variety of different things. Some we've had exceptionally good tracks, and then we've had some not quite as good tracks. And obviously every now and then we've had one or two that have slipped through the net and haven't been too bad, but people are asking me to read the description. The common misconception of bourbon is that it is a musical genre of Asian origin. This is incorrect. Bourbon? I don't get it. We're not doing Vans. I guess we used the Nero. No, we used the Nero before. Let's use something different. Need to make a choice. Let's use the Turismo. Go old school. Yeah, we've had some streams where there's ups and downs, and I think overall, when you take into account, if you were to rate every single track, for example, and give an average of the ratings of all the tracks, and then that live stream gets an average score based on that, I would say that this one has been the best in terms of an average rating of just all the tracks have been good. They've been really fun. Very, very few issues. Yeah, it's been a good stream, this one. I would recommend people, if you're on PS4, have a look in the description for all the links to all these tracks, because there've been some very good ones. Hopefully we will get some more, obviously. Hopefully we're going to get some more good tracks. We've got plenty of tracks to choose from as time goes on, of course. I feel like the Nero would have been a better choice on this, but never mind. This is interesting. So this is what I was talking about a while ago on one of these streams, when I said it would be really nice to, I think it was when we played one of the Mirror Park circuits, and it wasn't very good because it was just all in Mirror Park and it was too tight and there were too many issues. And I said at the time I would like to see a track that links normal roads with Mirror Park, because Mirror Park itself is quite a nice place to have some part of a track in. It just shouldn't be all of the track, and the roads that link it together are always the same. So I wanted to see sort of a track that used new stunt pieces to link different parts together and give a different experience of Mirror Park. And I think that's what we've got here. It seems to be, anyway. Obviously we go through Mirror Park, but I've noticed that, I mean, we've got lampposts that aren't covered over here. I think that's a bit of a problem straight away. But when it comes to the actual layout, You know, it would be nicer to have a rounded apex on there, I think, instead of just a block. But when it comes to the actual layout and the stunt track pieces themselves that we're seeing here, it all seems to flow nicely, transition nicely. I like that it's smoothed out in sections because Mirror Park is quite a bumpy area. This is a nice section. Again, some lampposts here. I don't know how you would... I mean, that's the problem. One of the other problems with Mirror Park. It is quite difficult to get rid of all the lampposts, especially, you know, along this section as well. It's probably difficult in a section like that to... Oh, I can't believe I heard that. to get rid of all the lampposts, so it's just a general limitation, I guess, of the track being in this location. Maybe something can be done about it, I don't know. This is... it's just such a... I mean, this is definitely best in supers. If I'd listened to you guys and actually done vans, this would have been so boring. This is definitely best in supers. It's just like, it's just a thrill ride. It's so fast and flowing. I can't believe I'm doing this well in a Turismo. Yeah, really nice track this. I mean, I imagine that some of the people in here have played this track before, because obviously people just play tracks. I don't play these tracks beforehand. They're all new to me. So I'm pretty happy so far that I'm in this position in a Turismo. I'll be happy to be in this position in a Nero Custom, to be honest. So, oh, that Tempesta loves the bumps though. Yeah, that was a bit of a... Oh, I've hit him again. I didn't want to do that. I thought it would have been able to carry a bit more speed throughout there, to be honest. That's why I sort of stayed where I was, but I didn't mean to hit him again. Yeah, this is a really nice track. It's a thrill of a circuit. It's not quite what I was thinking when I was talking about a mirror parts of a track with stunt sections. I was thinking more using that area and not coming as far out into the city as this and just linking roads together with stunt pieces. But then again, it's not just Mirror Park. It links together roads like that. Yeah, this is a completely unique experience because it's linking roads together that you wouldn't normally use unless you were in a super duper long race. And this is a very fast, very flowing race. It's over quite quickly, in supers at least. Bit of a thrill ride of a race, this one. Oh, damn it. I made him crash, so I've let him go. Last lap hasn't gone so well after that crash now. I was doing well in the Turismo. Yeah, really well made track, I think. The only issue I would say is the lampposts, but I'm not certainly sure that you'd be able to do anything about that. And to me, this track just feels like one of those where you just want to go at high speed. It reminds me of Drifting's Inner City Sprint that was created on, before we had all this, it was on Old Gen. It was one of the original Broughy Verified races, I think. And it was just a total thrill just to drive it. It didn't really matter too much about the other stuff. Right, that's what this reminds me of. I don't think I would call it an event track. Like I'm thinking, would I want to do sort of a racing event on here? Like a MCC race or something. And I think it's too fast paced for that. And a little bit too you know, with the lamppost and things like that. But all tracks don't have to be event style tracks. They can be just total thrill rides like that one. Yeah, I like that track a lot. That's a nice track. That track would be a thrill in muscles. Oh, we didn't do a muscle race. No. Oh, we always do a muscle race. Damn it. I should have done muscle cars on this one. We'd already done supers already anyway. There was no need to do supers again. Damn it. That was the worst. That's the worst decision I've made throughout this whole stream. Missing a muscle car race. This is a good track for a casual weekday playlist. I agree. I like that track. It's a good... We've had a really nice mix of really high quality circuits, pretty much all of them. Not very many issues on all of them. And just some really fun tracks and really high quality tracks, and a very wide selection and nice variety of different tracks as well. This stream's been a good one in terms of track selection and races and stuff. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully those of you who watch this as a video have found it entertaining as well. I think I'm starting to find a bit of a good balance in how much I talk and how I talk about the tracks. Not doing too much like I think I did in the original streams, because I was so worried about it being a video afterwards, but also keeping it a little bit chilled out and a little bit more relaxed like that than then. So it's more like my Twitch streams in that respect. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Obviously, feel free, if you enjoyed this live stream and you're watching now, come to my Twitch streams. I play GTA every Wednesday and Sunday, so you're welcome to come along to those and just chill out, and I open up the crew so everybody can join and all that kind of stuff. And obviously we'll be back here next week once again to do some more track showcases on Xbox One again. We always go PS4, Xbox One, PC. So that's pretty much it. We pretty much perfect timing as well. This has gone well. This has been the best YouTube live stream that we've done in this series so far. In all areas, things have just worked. It's all gone well. We've had some good races. We've finished in about the perfect time. Perfect stuff. And I think I'll have to. The first thing I do on Sunday on the next Twitch stream is do a muscle car race to make up for not having one in this one. I can't believe it. We should have done that last race in muscles. I can't believe. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Like I said, link your track in the link to submit your track is in the description down below if you want to do that, and obviously the links for all these tracks is in the description. Thank you guys so much for all the support, really, and obviously there will be another testing video tomorrow. All the testing videos are going to be every Friday and Saturday, and it's the one that you've all been waiting for. That's all I'll say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.